President of Russia. Incumbent policies. Elections. Premiership. Presidency. The 2021 Russia-United States Summit, also known as Geneva 2021, was a summit meeting between United States President Joe Biden and Russian President Vladimir Putin on the 16th of June 2021 in Geneva, Switzerland. Two summits were held in Geneva during the Cold War. In 1955, the leaders of Britain, France, the Soviet Union and the US discussed global security. In 1985, US President Ronald Reagan and Soviet General Secretary Mikhail Gorbachev discussed diplomatic relations and nuclear weaponry. Prior to the summit, Biden and Putin had met once, in Moscow in March 2011, when Biden was vice president and Putin was prime minister. After an official group meeting Biden characterized in his memoir as argumentative, he and Putin met privately, with Biden saying, "Mr. Prime Minister, I'm looking into your eyes." Biden continued, "I don't think you have a soul." Putin replied, "We understand each other." As vice president, Biden had urged the Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko to eliminate middlemen such as Ukrainian oligarch Dmitry Firtash from the country's natural gas industry, and to reduce the country's reliance on imports of Russian natural gas. Firtash has said he was installed as a middleman by Ukrainian-born Russian organized crime boss Semyon Mogilevich. Putin reportedly agreed to the appointment. Since 2014, Firtash has been fighting extradition to the United States under a federal indictment. He and other pro-Russia Ukrainians were implicated in efforts by Rudy Giuliani and his associates in seeking information that might damage Biden's 2020 presidential prospects. These efforts are the subject of two ongoing federal investigations by the Manhattan and Brooklyn U.S. attorneys' offices. The United States intelligence community reported in March 2021 that Russian intelligence actors had been spreading narratives of alleged corruption about Biden, his son Hunter Biden and Ukraine since at least 2014. 2 months before the summit, the Biden administration took measures to punish Russia for hostile activities such as interference in the 2016 and 2020 presidential elections. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said the measures included a mix of tools seen and unseen, including financial sanctions. In May 2021, the Biden administration waived CAATSA sanctions on the company behind Russia's Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline to Germany and its chief executive, Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov, welcomed the move as a chance for a gradual transition toward the normalization of our bilateral ties. Speaking to American military personnel in Britain en route to the summit, Biden said, "We are not seeking conflict with Russia. We want a stable, predictable relationship. I've been clear, the United States will respond in a robust and meaningful way if the Russian government engages in harmful activities." He added he would meet with Mr. Putin to let him know what I want him to know. Days before the talks, Putin again denied responsibility for cyber attacks on meat processing companies in the US. He has previously said the accusations were an attempt to provoke conflict ahead of the summit. Russian criminal gangs were accused of the ransomware attacks. Meeting with NATO allies in Brussels 2 days before the summit, Biden refuted an assertion by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky that NATO had agreed to admit Ukraine to the alliance. Ukrainian allegiance has been a persistently contentious issue between Russia and the United States. By the eve of the summit, Biden stood by his decision to not participate in a post-summit joint press conference with Putin, following the advice of Russia experts to avoid Putin's desire to appear like he'd gotten the better of Biden. The summit is expected to set the direction of the relationship between Russia and the Biden administration. It will be the first face-to-face meeting between the two men since Biden took office in January. However, officials from both countries have downplayed the chances of a dramatic breakthrough in relations. Of high importance on the agenda will be talks on nuclear arms control. In June 2021, Biden's national security advisor, Jake Sullivan, said that, "What we are looking to do is for the two presidents to be able to send a clear signal to their teams on questions of strategic stability so that we can make progress on arms control and other nuclear areas to reduce tension and instability in that aspect of the relationship. Biden has said he will raise the issue of human rights. This could potentially include the poisoning and imprisonment of Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny. Cybersecurity was expected to be discussed, as in recent years both Russia and the United States had repeatedly violated a 25-nation pact to not attack the infrastructure of other nations in peacetime or protect cybercriminals. Other topics for discussion are expected to include interference